Hello, my name is Matt Bird, and welcome to the PublishU podcast, where we explore the real life stories of authors from around the world. Today, I'm talking with Tracey-Jane Campbell from Los Angeles and London. Today, she's actually in Switzerland, though, and she has written a book called I Am Restored. TJ, it's great to be with you.
Hi, Matt. It's great to be here. Fantastic.
Oh, you're the best. You're the best. So tell the world about TJ. What does she do?
Well, I'm Tracey-Jane Campbell. I am a vocalist. I'm a singer, mother, grandmother, writer, and I work with women and do a lot of kind of empowerment and encouragement sessions, mentoring and supporting. But my predominant thing is as a singer for many years and also as a writer now.
Come on, sing us a lyric.
A lyric.
Yeah, come on.
Now I'm restored, my strength, my mind renewed.
Woo! Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. We first met when I heard you sing. So it's I think you're singing
While
it.
ago now.
Yeah. I think you've got an amazing voice, TJ. Thank you
Thank you.
so much for that little impromptu thing. And what, yeah, London, Los Angeles. I mean, what a lovely combination. I'm London, Sicily. I wish it began with
Yes.
L, but Los Angeles, London's got a bit of a ring to it, hasn't it? So
Yeah.
how come Los Angeles, London, London, Los
Well,
Angeles?
it's a really long story. My husband is Swiss. He lives in LA. So we kind of do this route. London, Switzerland, LA. So that's basically what happened. I met a man.
You met a man.
And everything else went out the window. So there you go.
Oh my good, that's great. It's a lovely route or
Yeah.
route.
Yeah.
Really nice. London, Los Angeles, Switzerland. Where in Switzerland?
Actually, in the canton of Bern, and
Yeah.
then so it's in the countryside, not in the middle of the big city, in a village, not it is a city called Thun.
Okay.
So it's really
Beautiful.
lovely. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's great. And tell us a little bit about your musical career, TJ.
Well, my career has been I'm so grateful for what I've experienced and done, but it wasn't a plan, I kind of started singing, 18, going into my cousin's studio. I always played instruments. So I thought I was going to play my clarinet in orchestra, started singing, and then joined a big choir. And from there, I started doing backing vocals for different pop artists and different people for a short time. And then I kind of stopped doing the backing vocals because I became more and more um, inspired to just continue to write my own stuff. And I worked with some incredible people, and I'm invited to do features with different artists and do my own music. So the combination of featuring with other people's music, co-writing, co-producing, and producing my own stuff has allowed my career to be really interesting and exciting. And yeah,
Lots of
that's
collaboration.
basically, yeah, the
Right.
collaboration. And it's kind of, I've just kind of seen how it's unfolded. There was not a master plan.
Yeah. Yeah. And why did you want to write a book?
The truth is, I've always written. I've always been somebody that writes. From a very young age, I've always journaled. I've always written stories. I write to write songs. I write for my own, you know, it's kind of cathartic for me. It always has been. And so I love words. And my main the main reason for my writing now is it's for inspiration, really. I think I've been through a lot of things. I've learned and am learning a lot of things on the journey, and I wanted to write something to support and encourage others. And I thought, you're always writing this. Let's put some of this stuff together. And yeah, and I think it's the right time. And I've got lots of things in my mind to get out. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And you knew somebody who could help you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I really love to help and encourage and support people. And then I met somebody that thought, and it was so timely. So it was always in the, you know, when things are in the back of your mind and you're thinking, yeah, and different people say things, and you think, yeah, I should. And I've got all this stuff for my own personal consumption, which is great. It's really helpful. But I just knew that the feeling grew that, yeah, it's time to put some things out in the public. So I bit the bullet.
You've done it. You've done it. You did it. Awesome. Well, congratulations to
Thank you.
on the global publication of your book. It's a massive achievement.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah,
You're a singer, songwriter, author.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
brilliant, isn't it? But
No.
it's still like it's still new. So you're still thinking, wow, okay, I've done that. But at the same time, which is amazing for me, while I was going through this process, which has been great with you guys, I've had the flow for other things coming. So I'm really excited, really
Yeah.
excited
Well,
about
I'm not asking you about your next book, but let's focus on your first one. So the first one is called "I Am Restored,"
yeah.
and it's inspired by your song "Restored." So tell us when we read the book, tell us what are we going to experience?
Well, it's called I Am Restored, a companion for the healing journey. And one of the reasons I wrote this book was that I'd written this song Restored, and that song was kind of a testimonial. It was a song that was written looking back on my past experiences, having been through abuse as a child, having been through domestic abuse. And when I sat down and wrote that song 2010, I was kind of doing a mind reel through what I'd come through and where I was. And I was so grateful. And so it was like a snapshot. So the book is kind of a breakdown of each line of that song. What was I referring to? What was I experiencing? And then the things I learned, and hopefully things that would encourage people along their journey. Their experiences may not be the same as mine, but I think many women go through different things, different kinds of trauma, different kinds of hurts and pains. And so I broke down the song in deeper detail, hoping to inspire people with the things I've learned through study, through life experience, and through other mentors and reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, to walk through those steps to healing. The whole point is to accompany someone, be a companion on that road to healing. It's a whole journey. And so I thought, yeah, I wanna do this.
Mm. And so you encourage people to listen to the song and read the book.
Yes, yeah. And hopefully it will speak to them and they can find themselves somewhere in the pages, find something that will help them to go along or to reflect.
Yeah. I mean, music is very powerful, isn't it? It's very emotive.
Yeah.
Connects us with something beyond ourselves, I think.
Yeah. I think music, it cuts through a lot of our analytical thoughts. Often it reaches straight to the heart. And if when songs that have certain words, they speak to us. They speak to us a lot more sometimes than different things. Somebody could say something to us, and we hear it, but then we might hear a song that resonates with us, and it resonates straight in, and it can bypass some of our blocks and our walls. And I
Yeah,
think that's what music is amazing at doing.
yeah. So tell us one of your little insights that you give in the book.
One of the one of the biggest things, actually, I was speaking to a friend yesterday because I was having a moment. We are on this journey and well healed, but continually discovering. I was having a moment of reflection, and the reflection was that on this journey, invariably, we will come face to face with the darker, the shadow side, the not so nice sides of ourselves. And unless often we kind of don't want to look at those parts of ourselves, we kind of avoid them. And especially if you're in a place of certain faith, you want to be positive and you want to always declare the good things. But we were reflecting that actually, in order to grow and in order to really really love ourselves, we have to embrace the parts of ourselves that are not so pleasant, are not so nice, our shadow side, and accept and acknowledge those parts, not shun them or hide them away, because essentially that's still part of ourselves, and we're still running away from part of ourselves. We have to love ourselves in our entirety in order to really, transform and be healed fully.
Wow.
That's one of the things I kind of talk about.
Amazing, amazing. Well, it's an amazing book. And what is your hope for your book? What do you hope is the impact it has?
My hope is, and I address the book to women, not because men can't read it, but because I'm a woman. I'm talking from a very personal space. But my hope is that those who find this book, if they are kind of stuck, or if they're exploring, going on a journey of healing, because it is a journey, there is work that has to be done. And my hope is that I will either encourage someone to keep going forward, or I will inspire someone to start to take a look, or I will um, empower someone to feel like, even if you've been through the worst things, your story doesn't have to end there. You can move forward, you can grow, you can change. Your experience doesn't have to be, the sum total of who you are. And so that's why I say a companion, because there are so many facets and bits to healing. There's so many different ways. No two journeys are the same. But if this book can be something that you look back to reflect on, to write into, to log your own journey, or to open your eyes to some insights about yourself, that would be my hope, that it will make an impact and people will see it as something they can return to,
Yeah,
or and
beautiful.
scribble in.
Yeah,
That's my hope, that it really
yeah,
will become part of people's journey.
yeah, 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 yeah. Beautiful. So, if there's somebody listening to this and they're thinking, I would like my story to be someone else's guide, just as TJ has captured her story and is offering it to be other people's guide. What would you say to them about the help the Writing My Book course and the publisher
Right.
experience offered you?
I would say it's PublishU has been a really good experience, and the Writing My Book course helped me to define what exactly I wanted to do. In my case, I didn't want to write a biography. I knew that, but I knew that my life would play a part and add to the insights, to give you a lens. And the PublishU, the writing course, helped me to break it down. It helped me to know how to break down my ideas, how to bring it all together, because there's lots of pieces, and sometimes you can write forever, um, but not know exactly what you want to emphasize, or what exactly is the shape. And that course helped me to analyze, break down, get ideas, format, so many things to bring the book together, and gives you a whole framework for writing. Now I know that framework can be used again for other books, and that is very powerful. Also, you have the community and that encouragement to keep going when you feel like, yeah, when you feel
Yeah.
like, I don't
Oh,
know,
give
I
it
know
up.
what I'm doing. There's the regular meetings and the community to encourage one another and stuff. So it's very, very beneficial, especially if it's your first outing,
Yes.
especially if it's your
Yeah.
first
Your first
rodeo.
outing on anything, you don't want to do alone, do you?
Yeah, it really helps to have that support. It really does. It's very, very beneficial. So I'd say, yeah,
Yeah.
go for it. Don't be afraid. It will be clearer as each day we had a meeting, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer, and that's really, really powerful.
Before you know it, you've got a manuscript, and before you know it, you've got a book published. So you've hinted, and I've hinted about next book, TJ. Give us a little inkling about what might be on the horizon.
Now, the next book is also, it's not a biography. There will be parts of fiction in that book. And I have an idea to speak about another aspect of my journey, another aspect of womanhood that is about image. So there's going to be some
Mm.
candid stories and some fictional stories. It'll be a combination of some short story to talk about this whole thing of image
Yeah.
as a woman. So yeah, I've started scribbling.
Yeah, we need to have another conversation. That's great. I'm delighted to hear it. Well, now the first book is like, woo, it's out there
It's
for
out
the
there
world.
in the world.
Now it's time to
What?
start.
It's
Yeah.
funny. It's akin to, I'm used to putting songs out in the world.
Mm,
And every time, it doesn't matter how many times, it doesn't matter how many times you put something into the world, it's still your baby, so to speak. It's still that it's very personal. You still have that right now. It's exposed for everybody to see. And yeah, this is just a new format and all new. And I'm really, really proud of myself. I'm also just feeling like, okay, let's see. I'm excited, but it's always daunting as well, you know.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah, beautiful. Well, thank you, TJ, and thank you all for listening to the PublishU podcast, genuinely featuring the real life stories of authors from around the world. If you're interested in becoming an author like TJ, please do visit our website, www.publish, the letter u.com, PublishU.com. Check it out. And if you enjoyed this broadcast, make sure you subscribe for more. Thank you so much for joining us, and goodbye for now.